just going to squeeze the calipers in. And then tighten it. So you just tighten, you don't want it too tight up against the wheel, but you don't want it all the way open as well, otherwise when you pull the lever nothing's going to happen. When as close to the wheel as possible really, but not so that it rubs on the wheel and causes rolling resistance while you're riding. So now I've got brakes. So I don't need any more of this, so I'm just going to cut it off right there. You should normally have a little crimp thing that you can put on, but I don't have one of those. So I'm just going to cut it and leave it. And then later on maybe I'll put something in there, a little piece of metal. So I'll probably just cut it off longer than it needs to be. I've cut that off there. As you can see, it's all connected. When I pull that, it breaks sufficiently enough, I think. And yeah, that's the braking and the handlebar done. I don't know if I'm going to put wraps on. I like the carbon fibre look, so I might just leave it like that for now. If I find that there's not enough grip, or I get annoyed with wearing my cycling gloves, then maybe I'll just put some wrap on. But for now I'm going to leave it like that and move on to the seat post and seat or saddle. Alright, so the last part of this build is going to be the hardest part, and that's the seat post and saddle. I say it's the hardest part because I've tried before to get this in here and it's been a nightmare. I haven't even got it past that far. But yeah, basically since then I've been sanding it, trying to remove paint and dirt from inside the tube. I put Pt4 in there and yeah, really like wrap some sandpaper around the stick, and then yeah, just really went at it at the hole. Just cleaning it out, trying to sand it down. So now I'm gonna maybe put a bit more oil on the seat post itself, or Pt4 or whatever, and put the seat on the seat post and try again. So this is my seat post. It's 27.2 in size, so it's quite a thick seat post. Carbon fibre from Big Clean Bikes, and yeah, I'm just going to put this seat on. The saddle itself is like the pedals, pretty generic saddle. I was actually using that on a bike previously for a little while. It's still fairly new, but I mean, I don't know really how to make this part anti-theft, so yeah, I've just put a pretty generic saddle on. So yeah, I'm going to attempt to put this in now. Here's my seat post collar bolt. I'm actually going to change this as well for a pinhead security bolt, so that no one will be able to take my seat post out. So I'm just going to put this in here for now. I actually think that it helps when I'm trying to get the seat post in. If you just start to tighten this a little bit, doesn't make much sense, I know, but through lots of testing it has helped. Alright, so let me put some oil on this. Alright, so I'll put a bit of grease, oil, whatever you want to call it, onto the seat post. I'm going to put the seat on first. It just makes it easier to maneuver the stick to move the post into the bike, into the frame. Alright, so I've got the saddle onto the seat post, and now I'm going to start trying to push it in. It's going to be really hard, but it has to go in. I'm just a hoodlum, I came with a bun, some niggas wanna try some. It really wasn't that hard. Not been easy actually, but it was hard previously, before I cleaned out this, so I'm quite happy it's not hard obviously. And I just want to check the height of that. So really when you're doing the height of your seat, you want it so that on a downstroke of your leg, you don't want it to go fully extended. So there should be still a slight bend in your leg when your pedal is all the way down as far as it can go. You don't want it fully straight. And you don't want it too out, otherwise you're not really pedaling much. You want to get like a nice stroke. So I think that seat height is perfect. So I'm just going to tighten that up. So I've got a 13mm socket just to put on here on the back for the seat post bolts. And so now the seat's on, I'm just going to adjust the chain, adjust the back wheel so the chain's tighter. And then earlier I said that yeah, I'll readjust the front quick release skewer just to make sure that it's in there tight. So this is now on. Just going to turn it upside down. It's really light. Like, this might be the lightest bike. It's probably the lightest bike I've ever felt. Bring this wheel back to tighten the pedals, to tighten the chain, sorry. I think there is good enough. Seems pretty good. I can hear a lot of noise though, which I'm not too sure I'm keen on. But it's definitely working. It's definitely flowing freely, so it should be quite fast. And now just to have a look at the front. So make sure it's nice and tight. Alright, nice. On as good as it can be. Let's give that a spin. So rim seems straight. Looks true. And doesn't seem to be doesn't seem to have any resistance. The brakes are not touching it, and that's good. So I think this bike is pretty much ready to go. Let's give you a close-up of the frame. I didn't show you earlier the Ginelli underneath there. Ginelli made in Italy. So this is the bike. It's now finished. I found out why this was a bit stiff. It was basically because the front brake was rubbing against the bottom of the headset. So basically I'm just going to keep letting it rub until it wears away that really small layer of metal, and then that will be fine. It's already a lot better now actually, to be honest. So the brakes are on, working fine. I adjusted the front wheel hub to make sure that's on there correct and tight so that won't come off. The back's on. I don't think I need any tape for the rear valve. Like it might make a small rattling sound. But I'm gonna go take it out for a test drive, or a test ride, and just roll it through the streets of Hackney and see if there's anything that needs to be adjusted on it or fixed, and just see how the bike rides. Like, it's really, really light. I'm a bit worried if there's any wind, it's just going to take me away, but the bike's really light. But yeah, also, as I said, I'm going to replace all the bolts. I'm going to replace these bolts with pinhead lock bolts. So you basically need a key to open them. And I've got a pinhead front skewer. I'm going to replace that. And I might replace, as I said, some of these bolts. And I've also got a security bolt for here. But that's in my next video. So basically, yeah, subscribe. And yeah, you'll be able to see when I bring my next video out on how to anti-theft a bike. Especially if you live in the city, in London, New York, wherever. But yeah, that's it for now. So I'm gonna take it for a test ride, and then yeah, I'll let you guys know how it is. But yeah, cheers.
Did you see what I done? Came in a black Benz, left in the white one. I'm just total, I came with my bones, some niggas wanna try something.